Alright, so welcome back to part 3 of Children of a Dead Earth. This is the third mission. It's called Predatory Opportunism. So destroy a dangerous enemy ship that is an out-of-plane orbit around Mercury. This is where the blue handle comes into on the orbital mechanics there, which we've been told to leave alone in the previous 2 missions. This is the first time we used that. So given your performance last mission, we at High Command think you're ready for your first dangerous encounter, just in time too. After you wrecked the USA's rogue spacecraft around Ganymede, we saw a spike in aggressive USA activity, especially around the belt, so the asteroid belt. That's what they're talking about. In particular, they had a warship patrolling the belt when they received word of us destroying their rogue spacecraft. Shortly thereafter, they diverted that spacecraft to Mercury, jointly controlled by us and another faction. Mercury is rather important for our tactical operations, so ordinarily we'd send numerous threats and warnings for the USA not to violate orbital space, hitting with trade sanctions, things like that, but actually making good on those threats wouldn't really be worth it to us. So here's the issue, however. The tensions rising over property rights within the United Sole Trade Alliance these last few years, and with their aggression at Ganymede, we've started to do a lot of things might not normally do. In particular, we've threatened destruction of their ship if they violate our orbital space, which they have. So we're going to make good on that promise. Yeah, so that not trade sanctions, but on this promise. You're going to destroy their ship. Right. Like your confidence in me. Mercury is jointly controlled by our faction and the Iroquois Resurgence. Okay. A faction with a pretty shaky history with the USTA. We at High Command were all too happy to take advantage of that fact. We've cut a deal with the faction and they agreed to close down all space points of Mercury in exchange for allowing them limited use of our solar-wide propellant depot infrastructure. So I've done a little deal with the Iroquois Resurgence. Iroquois are a native... Yeah, it was a native civilization in North America. Still are, actually. Well, right now, the enemy warship is orbiting around Mercury, unable to dock or land to refuel. So basically, it's hardly got any Delta V after getting here. A bit of a stupid thing to do then, wasn't it? Making it a sitting duck, perfect for us to tear apart. We have a small carrying orbit around Mercury, which you will use to convert the USTA ship into scrap metal. Hooray! Scrap metal. I like scrap metal. Ignore their warnings of retaliation, any attempts to surrender, and their protests of Mercury orbiting orbital space being a neutral zone. Their ship is quite powerful, especially at gun range. On the opportunity to annihilate while it is a low Delta V far outweighs the consequences. On that note, I'd recommend you keep your capital ship out of range because the coil gun they have mounted on that ship both outranges your capital ship's weapons and is extremely powerful. So we're going to be in charge of a carrier. It's not the sort of carrier that you think of, it's a drone carrier. Like a missile or drone carrier. A missile, basically, a drone in this game is rather like, it's a missile with a gun. So it's got a warhead, but it's also got a gun as well. So the ship itself is commanded by USF Captain Alexandre Zhu. A captain with no live combat experience. Regardless of his history, do not expect him to hold back once you enter range. So you need to be quick about destroying the ship. However, the USTA has reinforcements en route from the asteroid belt, and we estimate that we have about 15 days before we have to call off the attack, lest we be forced to engage with a stronger enemy force with actual Delta V. Okay, so we've got to get in there and basically kill him. Okay, so from the tactical officer, for this mission, Admiral, I recommend launching drones to take out your enemy. Drones are much smaller than your capital ships, so I can get much closer to the enemy before the enemy can actually target them effectively, because obviously the cross section is actually, it dictates what range that those weapons can fire at. Let's open your fleet now and I'll show you how to launch them. So we've got 2 Stinger launchers. We have 25 of them. And in the you can see that 700,000 rounds on the 713 megawatt 11mm auto fire railguns. They fire projectile, they fire slugs basically. Okay, so you can launch drones using the buttons in this panel. A small to large groups. By default they will split into a separate fleet, however you can change this with the circular toggle buttons. Which is there, split from fleet, or you can have them in the same fleet. You can launch with order. So anything that launch will have a starting order, so it'll actually zone from an attack a let's say you've got incoming missiles, they can actually intercept automatically. If that's actually tagged in the vessel, we won't be using that because we've got nothing in range right now. So understand, however, that your drones have somewhat less delta V than your capital ship, so you may want to get your main ship close to the enemy before launching drones. So if it's out of phase like it is, out of plane, we need to match that and get into orbit with them, at which point the missiles have a lot more delta V, a lot more fuel for their engines to dodge and then hopefully successfully hit the target and take them out. So feel free to experiment with the solution that works best for you. One last point about drones, cancelling your initial order can be valuable for saving delta V when not in range, since they burn through their delta V a lot in combat. Alright, you see we are in orbit, you can see that, we are moving. Alright, so it's as you can see we are well out of phase, we're 90 degrees, almost. So I'm gonna, I know it's selected already, it's always best if you do that. Let's select this point. Orbital node, this is the point where, yeah, that's basically where our orbit crosses theirs. Not direct, obviously, because ours is a lot closer to the surface of Mercury. We'll go in the same way. I'm going to push that direction. So it crosses their orbit. We only want to join their orbit, we don't want to intercept them. So total cost is 1.9 kilometers a second. Yeah, plane changes do take a lot of delta V. So that is obviously not right. Let's see if we can get it right there. We don't want to intercept them at all. So that is wrong. Oh no, I keep cancelling that. Alright, so where's our manoeuvre? There it is. No, it's not. I don't want to cancel, I want to find out where it was. It's there, isn't it? There we go. Can I bring that down or up? There we go. So we're going to match it. So we're going to make 2 burns instead of just the 1. You see how strange that orbit looks? Let me get rid of that. So first we're going to match plane. And then we're going to intercept it. 1 hour 30 something minutes. 1 hour 33 minutes, and then 3 hours after that we'll match orbit. We're not too far behind it either. That's nice. Alright, let's head in. Okay, so I'm going to try launching 5 first of all. So we're going to leave this screen, and then we're going to control this separate fleet of 5 Stingers if they're a separate ship, which effectively they will be. Once they're targeted, I'm going to then send another 5 bursts of Stinger drone missiles again and do the same thing again. So I'll repeat that, well, 5 times basically. There's 25 in the stores. So that's what we're going to do. It's a separate fleet. Get a little bit closer to it. Oh, look at that. Good grief, what's going on? So I've already got an intercept. 6 minutes and 50 seconds. Will that move off for 1 minute? Didn't I just do that? Pretty sure I just did. Yep, there we go. Wasn't sure that she had taken command then. I thought it was weird. So we've got 15 left. So do the same thing again. Try and wear them down. Thing is, in combat in this, it can be rather random and unpredictable at times. What works in one point won't work on the next mission, unfortunately. What worked before the same mission won't work again. Get a bit closer. Okay, there we go. Intercept again. Just before the escort carrier, so I'm going to launch the 5, and once last launch the final 10 in a single group. So hopefully we can actually do a bit of extra damage with each of these clusters of missiles. So I'll select the missiles again. Intercept. So I'll leave the final 10. Till we see how they react to these ones. Go straight for them. So look for something in the middle. So obviously, yeah, that's not too far off. They have got decoys though, so it might not be the best thing. Nose forward end rotates a ship until the nose is roughly aimed at the enemy fleet. We could use that instead. Because I'm thinking if the weapons are at the front of these Stingers, so it's not going to cause a problem with that. So we'll try it like that. Yeah, those coil guns are quite long range, aren't they? Yeah, I don't know where they're going. And they should be aiming directly towards the target. But for some reason they don't seem to. Not gonna be out of Delta V. Yep, so they all missed. It's not very good. Like I say, I mean, randomly you can just, for some reason, your missiles just will not hit. And other times a fair swarm like that will take it out. Let's try the next ones. We should have... You've got 2 swarms of 5, haven't we? So we're going to do the final 10. So I'll launch all of them. These mates are just moving with the escort carrier, and hopefully we can hit it. We've got to try and take out those coil guns. As soon as they finish launching, we'll go back to orbital window and plot the course. Like I say, you're going to be finding yourselves replaying the same mission time and time again, just because of random events. Maybe I should go the opposite way. You could go the opposite way, which might give them even less time to dodge us, and we'd be going a lot faster than them. So much Delta V does that actually cost? 2.9? No. No way. $1.5. My word. 2 minutes. You think further away would take them longer, so they use this Delta V, but that's not the case. Using half the Delta V just intersecting. Doesn't seem right, that. But they are moving faster. So this is the final 5, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. Okay, chase after the greatest heat source and tries for a collision. Yeah, that's how those the longest broadside, that's just a broadside. We've already seen that work, but it wouldn't really work for this. Try a straight line? No, don't think so. That really wouldn't work. Send units in opposite directions. Got nose forward again. We're going to go for heat. I've got 5 missiles, so I'm going to target. I know it says you shouldn't do this. I want to try and target what's in the middle. Which I've already tried to do. I don't want those. We don't want those hitting either. So we'll go and try and see if we can hit the coil guns again. I don't think we're going to be able to do this though. Yep, they chase after the heat source again. Which I didn't tell them to do. But that's what they're doing. Orientate. No, they've completely missed again. Yep, absolutely useless. See, the decoys are just too effective. But I suppose I could switch off any orders, let them float towards it. So all the time it's firing its decoys off. Yeah, they're done. It's been disabled. We've got one. Not going to be much of a use. Enemies are moving away. Yeah, it's got 107 meters a second delta V, which is a bit strange. All the time it's thinking about those, it's not thinking about what's coming next. 1.88 kilometers per second still. Again, we're going to target the coil guns, but we're not going to target the ship just yet. Alright, now we are. No, don't chase after the... Oh, good grief. Oh, nearly. Damn it, again. The problem is its decoys are just too effective. Far too effective. It's a final attempt. We've got 10 missiles, 10 stingers. Which the smart thing would be to let them float in. Yeah, those coggles are just too long range. Allies are firing 33mm cannon.
Incoming transmission.
Oh, snapped it in half. Oh, those... That was only a single stinger, so they actually fired all their weapons. So obviously those weapons must be on the boat. I need to study those weapons a little bit closer. Those stingers must have their weapons on the side. Oh well. At last. Final 10. I mean, it took one out. Still got 9 of them floating around. Right, so that's it. High Command says, excellent. This undeclared war is starting on a very good note. Indeed, Admiral. Now let's get back to port before the reinforcements arrive. So that's the reinforcements on the way, aren't they? Oh, I beat the record. Nice. Oh, that was lucky. That was a good last final cluster of 10 stingers. So the time lapse is 6 hours and 3 minutes. The record is 22 hours 11 minutes. So I got gold. Eagle Dove exceeded all records for this mission. Alright, so let's get on to the next mission.